You may be wondering, how does a caucus work? Well, voters gather by the dozens or hundreds in schools, churches, and Legion halls, and for about an hour, they hear speeches and then talk among themselves about the candidates. Then they write their choices on a ballot. Heading into caucus day, nearly half the voters said they hadn't made up their minds. And this morning, we found some of them in one of the usual places. The Drake Diner in Des Moines sees a lot of candidates in Iowa's face-to-face campaign. But the folks we met weren't persuaded, not yet. Only Pastor Brian Nolder has settled he's for Ron Paul. But undecided, hours before the caucuses, were law student Stephanie Ballard, engineer Ivan Reichert, marketing director Phil Tuning, and Pat Griffin, who's retired.
I don't see anybody that's outstanding. There's things I disagree with on some of them. They all seem to be missing something.
Let me have a show of hands. How many of you would like to have another choice other than the candidates you have before you? 2 out of 5 would like somebody else.
I think the Republicans shouldn't be, but are looking for an Obama-style candidate. Someone who comes out of nowhere, is charismatic, brings everybody to their feet, makes everybody say hallelujah. That's a very rare thing.
Phil, how about you? Why have you not made up your mind?
I think at one point I was looking for the perfect candidate, one that I could be enthusiastic about. However, at this point, what I've kind of looked at is who can actually win the general election.
Stephanie, what issue is at the top of your mind?
It's the economy, it's the size of government, the debt.
Is the economy at the top of your mind?
Economy is at the top of my mind. Secondly would be states' rights. I think that this next 4 years is going to be on the economy, is going to be getting the government out of our pocketbooks. I don't think the social issues are going to be at the forefront.
Phil, every time someone says the word economy, you nod your head. I wonder why.
Well, I actually think that's number one on the agenda as well. And secondly would be our debt. When you look at our debt as a percent of GDP, it's growing at an accelerating rate. We cannot continue to grow at that rate.
Now, Brian has made his decision. 4 of you have not, and I wonder what's going to help you make that decision in these closing hours. Stephanie?
It won't be the ads. I think tonight what's really gonna sway my vote either way is kind of listening to what other people have to say, which I think is what's great about the caucus, is you get to hear other people's points of view and things that maybe you didn't think of before.
The conversation at the caucus is going to help you. Ivan, you moved here from Texas in 2006. 2008 was your first caucus.
Yes, it was.
What did you think of it?
It's like you get to talk to them all, you get to see it all, and democracy happens right in front of your eyes. And you don't get that when it's just cold ads and you walk in and pull a lever in a primary.